A green stone is trying to get home, and its crew is terrible at sailing. One is a teenager, one is a demigod, and one is a chicken who cannot understand water. This should go well. This is Moana, the 2026 live-action movie, explained in 10 minutes. It follows the animated adventure closely, but this recap covers the new version and its ending. The whole story is here, so the spoilers have already crossed the reef. Long ago, the island goddess Te Fiti used a green heart to create life. Plants grew, islands rose, and the world looked wonderfully alive. Then Maui arrived. Maui was a demigod whose magical fishhook changed him into animals. He stole Te Fiti's heart because he wanted to give its creative power to humans. That sounds generous until you remember he stole an island's heart. Without the heart, Te Fiti began to crumble. A giant lava monster called Te Ka rose from the fire and attacked Maui. Maui lost both the heart and his magical hook in the ocean. Darkness spread between islands, slowly killing the life Te Fiti had made. 1,000 years later, a little girl named Moana played beside the water on Motunui. The living ocean protected her and placed the lost heart nearby. Moana accepted it because toddlers make excellent magical decisions. Before she could understand it, her father carried her away from the waves. Chief Tui loved Moana and wanted her to become Motunui's next leader. He also had one very serious rule. Nobody sails beyond the reef. The island gives them food, homes, and everything they need. Moana tries to focus on leading, but the ocean keeps calling. Her mother Sina understands the feeling, yet she knows why Tui is afraid. When Tui was young, he tried sailing beyond the reef. The attempt ended in disaster, and his cousin died in the water. Tui came home carrying fear that never really left him. To Moana, the reef looks like a door. To Tui, it looks like a grave. Moana grows into a 16-year-old who solves problems and puts her people first. She is ready to lead, but the island suddenly stops working. Black rot ruins the coconuts. The fishing boats return almost empty. The island that once gave them everything is running out of everything. Moana suggests fishing beyond the reef, and Tui shuts the idea down immediately. His answer is not a plan, but it is extremely loud. Moana secretly takes a small boat and tries crossing the reef alone. The waves smash the boat, injure her ankle, and throw her back onto shore. The ocean has chosen a hero who currently loses arguments with one medium-sized wave. Gramma Tala, Moana's grandmother, finds her there. Tala dances with rays, tells strange stories, and cannot be embarrassed. She leads Moana to a hidden cave behind a waterfall. Inside are enormous sailing canoes left by their ancestors. Moana beats a drum, and ancestral voices fill the cave. Her people were not always trapped on one island. They crossed oceans by reading stars, waves, wind, birds, and clouds. Tala explains that Maui's theft released the darkness now reaching Motunui. She reveals that Moana's green stone is the heart of Te Fiti. The ocean chose Moana to find Maui, cross the sea, and return the heart. Easy, except Maui is missing, Te Ka is lava, and Moana cannot sail. Tala becomes very sick while the blight spreads through the village. Tui rushes to help his mother, and Moana prepares to stay. Tala refuses to let fear choose Moana's life too. She tells Moana to go, then dies as the canoe enters the night. A glowing manta ray appears beneath the water, and Moana knows Tala is still guiding her. Sina helps Moana leave while Tui watches his worst fear return. The new version gives Tui's fear more room, so his anger makes sense. A storm knocks Moana unconscious, and she wakes on a tiny island. A huge man is drawing pictures of himself in the sand. This is Maui, and modesty has not reached his island yet. Moana repeats Tala's speech and orders Maui to restore the heart. Maui hears the command, smiles, and immediately begins talking about himself. He says humans should thank him for islands, fire, wind, and sunshine. Moana does not thank him. Maui signs her paddle anyway. Then he locks Moana inside a cave and steals her canoe. Moana escapes and the ocean drops her back onto the boat. Maui throws her off again. The ocean returns her again. After several deliveries, Maui accepts that the sea has voted. He still refuses to face Te Ka without his magical hook. Luckily, he knows exactly where it is. Unluckily, an enormous crab has it. Before they can reach the crab, tiny boats appear around them. The Kakamora are coconut-armored pirates who want the heart. They look like snacks and fight like angry tools. They grab Hei Hei and find the heart inside his basket. Yes, Hei Hei has joined the mission. No, nobody invited him. Moana uses the canoe's ropes to launch herself between pirate boats. Maui fights while Hei Hei treats battle like a confusing breakfast. Moana grabs the heart, swings back, and helps their canoe escape. Maui finally sees more than a village girl with a dangerous necklace. Their next stop is Lalotai, the monster realm beneath the ocean. They jump through a glowing entrance and land near treasure. Tamatoa is a giant crab who covers his shell with shiny objects. Maui's magical hook shines on top. Moana distracts Tamatoa while Maui climbs the shell. Tamatoa loves an audience almost as much as Maui does. He traps Moana and keeps boasting because silence might damage his brand. Maui gets the hook and tries changing shape. He becomes wrong animals, including a hammerhead shark, and loses control. Tamatoa knocks him down and calls him a powerless little man. The joke hurts because Maui secretly fears it is true. Moana escapes and lets Tamatoa chase a fake glowing heart. The crab learns too late that it is a slimy rock. Maui and Moana escape Lalotai with the real hook. Maui is angry because his power no longer obeys him. Moana notices moving tattoos, including a tiny Maui who acts as his conscience. She learns that Maui was born human and abandoned by his parents. The gods found him, gave him the hook, and turned him into a demigod. Maui chases applause because praise feels safer than abandonment. Moana says the gods made his powers, but Maui made himself. His tiny tattoo agrees and still wins the argument. Maui teaches Moana to sail by reading stars and ocean. Moana helps Maui stop fighting his hook. He turns into one animal, then another, and finally controls the magic again. Hei briefly flies beside Maui, surprising everyone including himself. The crew begins to feel like a team. Then Te appears. The lava monster blocks Te Fiti and throws fire across the sea. Moana races around it while Maui attacks as a hawk. Te strikes him, cracks the hook, and wrecks the canoe. Maui sees the damaged hook and panics. Without it, he fears becoming the abandoned child again. Moana argues that the island will die if they quit. Maui answers that the hook will die if they continue. He leaves and the ocean suddenly feels much larger. Moana tells the ocean it chose the wrong person. She returns the heart and sits alone on the broken canoe. Then Tala's glowing spirit appears beside her. Tala does not order Moana to continue. Tala reminds Moana of the people and choices that shaped her. Moana understands she is both a chief and a wayfinder. The ocean did not give her courage. It helped her notice the courage already there. Moana retrieves the heart, repairs the sail, and returns alone. She uses Maui's lessons to steer through the fire. Maui returns because dramatic entrances remain one of his powers. He fights Te and tells Moana to reach the island. Te crushes Maui's hook, but he buys Moana time. Moana reaches Te Fiti and finds only an empty ocean shape. She looks at the spiral on the heart. Then she sees the same spiral glowing on Te's chest. Te Fiti never disappeared. Without her heart, she became Te. Moana asks the ocean for a path and walks forward unarmed. Te charges, then slows as Moana holds out the heart. The fire pulls away, revealing the wounded island goddess underneath. Moana returns the heart to Te Fiti's chest. Green life covers the land, and every dying island heals. The monster was never the true enemy. It was Te Fiti's pain wearing armor made of fire. Te Fiti repairs Maui's hook and gives Moana a new canoe. Maui apologizes and Moana hugs him instead of applauding. He becomes a hawk and flies away, free to choose himself. Moana returns and Motunui's black plants turn green. Tui runs into the water and hugs her instead of stopping her. He finally sees that the ocean did not steal Moana from him. It brought home the leader she was becoming. Moana places a shell on the chief's stones and is crowned beside Tui. Then she leads the people to the hidden canoes. Motunui sails again, and families cross the reef together. Moana follows the stars while Maui flies above and Tala's ray swims below. A new song along the way plays over the credits with no post-credit scene. Maui stole a heart for approval, Tui built a wall from fear, and Moana crossed it. She restores Te Fiti and brings her people back to the ocean. The chosen one was not the strongest person, but the one who kept sailing.